today I just wanted to quickly go over my new project. This is a 2003 Suzuki LTZ 400 quad sport. Really good quad, liquid cooled, 400cc, dual overhead cam. It's got electric start, it's got reverse. The problem with this is I got it pretty cheap on like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace because it definitely needs some work. The swing arm was detached when I purchased this because they couldn't get the swing arm bolt out, which can be pretty tough on ATVs. But the case was already cracked before. Someone had put JB Weld on it right around where the shifter seal is. So it still leaked out oil. So basically I just cut the old bolt out because I had to change the bottom cases anyways. So I got some cases on eBay and I got all the other parts I should need. It actually starts up and does run. So the engine seems like it's all right. Let's see. So it runs all right, kind of loud. It's missing a little gasket right here for the exhaust. It's smoking a little bit because I sprayed a lot of things with WD-40 before I take the whole engine apart. All right, so far I picked up some parts that it needs. The main thing was this. This is a new swing arm bolt from Suzuki, actual genuine Suzuki part. It was missing this top engine mount. Got this whole thing on eBay for like, I don't know, 20 bucks used. It already has these, but I needed this one. It had the sprocket, but it didn't have the little retainer. So I bought this used off eBay for like a few bucks. Comes with the retainer, oil filter, spark plug, block off plate for the parking brake. This is pretty important for these quads. They're very prone to the chain coming off and cracking right here on the engine where the clutch goes in, or the clutch cable. So this bolts on here and down here, and it protects the case. New clutch lever, because the one on there is bent. These handlebars are actually off of a 400EX. I never put them on. I bought them for some reason. Maybe I had a 400EX with little bent handlebars, but these seem pretty similar. So I might have to cut this tab off, but these should fit for that because these handlebars are crooked a little bit. New shifter. It had a shifter on it, but it was missing the bolt that held the shifter on. So I figured I might as well get one of these. These are the kind where if you're riding branch or something, hits it, this whole piece bends in so the shifter doesn't get bent. It was like, I don't know, maybe 25 bucks. This is pretty cool. This is only like 60 bucks, but it's a whole new carrier bearing assembly with the bracket for the brake caliper. So this brake caliper, it's hard to tell right here, but it's a little crooked. Somebody welded the bracket back on, but the bracket actually is part of this piece that's in the inside of here. So this whole, this comes as a whole piece. Sometimes it's very, very hard getting these nuts off. I've been soaking them, spraying them for days with liquid wrench, both sides. So hopefully when it comes time to do this, it won't be too bad. But yeah, this is pretty cool how it comes with all this for like 60 bucks. This seals, bearings, complete engine gasket kit, top end gasket, gaskets for the case, water pump gasket. I got this too, oil seal kit for the engine. This is the swing arm bearing. This is the bolt that goes through the engine and the swing arm. These are the new bearings for it. And then I also got a new clutch kit. I don't know if it needs a clutch. I'm hoping that's all it needs. Something could be out of adjustment, but when you try to engage the four-wheeler in first gear, when you rev it up really high, it barely moves forward. So from my experience, that's usually a worn out clutch. So Once I take it apart, I'll be able to determine what exactly it needs. This is probably the most important part of the project. This was not easy to find. This is the bottom end cases. So I got these used off of eBay. I mean, there's a ton of these for sale on eBay, but most of them have some damage, and it's always the left side that has the damage, usually from the chain breaking off, whacking the case. Packaged pretty well. Oh no, I can already see some metal shavings in the engine. I have no idea what this is from. Harbor Freight, $7. Not bad. One-handed. Pretty decent knife. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why this has metal shavings right there. It looks like an animal split these cases. I'm actually not too worried about this part right here because this is where the swing arm bolt goes through. So this actually isn't the inside of the engine. The inside of the engine is about right here. This whole piece right here is separate, so there's no oil flowing through here. It's about right where this line is. So this isn't the end of the world, but still, I don't really like to see that. But it's a big problem sometimes getting these swing arm bolts out. So when I put this one in, I'm gonna be sure to put some anti-seize in there. And then honestly, just loosen it up once every year. So far, it's not too bad. This is a point where most of these get damaged. Like I said, chain breaks off, wax these. Most people just put JB Weld on it. On mine, the issue is that somebody had put JB Weld. This whole bottom part is cracked on mine. So they put JB Weld on it. Literally half of this is JB Weld, and it leaks oil, obviously. The rest of it's not too bad so far. I still gotta clean it up, split it open, and see what the rest looks like. So these are actually the same engines for a few years of the LTZ 400s from Suzuki, the Kawasaki KFX 400s, and the Arctic Cat 400s that are, I think, called DVX. They all use the same engine, which is good, makes it a little easier to find parts. But I tell you, to find a case like this used in decent condition is not easy. Insides don't look too bad. I'll have to check these bearings and see if these are any good. Definitely need some work. The steering's done, a little bit of play in it. Tires are all right. Definitely gonna get some Nerf bars for it pretty soon. Back tires are all right, not too bad. I'll probably get some new tires and just keep these as like a spare. I gotta figure something out with this. Looks like somebody melted this when they were trying to get out the old swing arm bolt. Wow, they really mangled this. So I didn't bother getting a piston or cylinder kit yet because I don't know what the condition of the cylinder and piston rings are. But once I take it apart, I'll be able to see what shape they're in. And then also, I don't know if this has been bored over or not, if it's got a big bore kit. It looks like this used to belong to like a 16-year-old official member of the Thong Fan Club. ThongFanClub.com. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. So I really like these quads. You know, the 450 quads are nice, but they're a little lower. Sometimes they have wider front ends. They're more for racing, stuff like that. This is kind of like the 400EX. Very similar geometry. Really long front suspension travel. Really good for eating up a bunch of bumps in the trails, which mostly what I do is trail riding. I don't like hitting jumps or like going to sand pits that much. I'd rather be on the trails. I've had Banshees. I've had 450s. I had a couple 400EXs. Out of all those quads, the 400EX was my favorite because it was just good for the trails. But the 400EXs, they're not liquid cooled. It's only a single overhead cam. You know, this has a little more power, even smoother power by having a dual overhead cam. This also has reverse, which the 400EX didn't have. I can't really see using the reverse too much. The cable's actually disconnected and wound up. Maybe I'll hook it back up. Maybe I won't. Who knows? So yeah, I got to take the whole engine out, tear the engine apart, split the cases, inspect the crankshaft bearings, the case bearing, everything, valves, seals, this and that. Go through it, and then hopefully when I'm done, I'll have a nice, reliable quad that I can have some fun on.